Hi lads, and welcome back to War Thunder with Koala, and welcome to some JA37C Viggen gameplay. This is what I would call the best jet currently in the game, and to justify that claim we've got a hell of a match here that really shows what this aircraft can do. We can look at some tips and tricks, the how-tos of top tier jets in the current meta, using radars and radar warning receivers, dogfighting, using missiles, avoiding missiles, and we're going to do it all in under 6 minutes. So this might be what you'd call a poor career move, since videos less than 8 minutes long earn roughly $0 on YouTube. But if you do happen to want to support the channel, we have reopened channel memberships. There's a join button down below to kind of replace the Twitch subscriber benefits, since we will now be live streaming here on YouTube. Now while we're on that point, just to quickly waste even more time before things get started, I have no internet at the moment. At least I have really patchy internet. It should be getting fixed this week. Hopefully I'll be able to upload this video without any issues. But because I can't really sit down to record as normal, and I won't be able to stream this week, I thought I'd fire up some footage I had saved, and this was, I think, a perfect match to show. Now to start things off, what we're doing here is we're going to side climb. That's right, at top tier jets, we're employing the primary tactic from American rank 3 boom and zoomers. And we want to do this for two main reasons. Number one, we have two medium-range Skyflash missiles, which of course are deadly high-altitude weapons. And number two, we have a phenomenal pulse Doppler radar, in fact the second best radar in the game to the F4 EJ Kai. Now what that means is that we can effectively start thinking about engaging targets from upwards of 20 kilometers away, meaning there's no need to rush into a furball where I'd be likely to lose all my energy, something the Viggen tends to do much more easily than you'd expect. It can get you caught out, and get a missile up the rear, and with MiG-23 MFs on the team, I am not confident in the support of my teammates. So the first thing I do is climb up to about 20,000 feet or 6 kilometers at just below Mach 1, and I can now switch off my afterburner to conserve some fuel, which is something else that can get you caught out very quickly in this aircraft. Now I'm trying to get a radar lock on a target that's sort of flying into a hornet's nest of my team, but again, MiG-23 MF players. But I'm not actually paying much attention to my radar, I'm just absent-mindedly trying to lock whatever target is down there. Instead, I'm paying very close attention to my RWR, and you'll notice that I've now been locked up. So instead of continuing to attack, what we do is we put the plane into a dive and turn away from that incoming radar. In case there's a Fox 1 missile headed my way, that will now be out of range, and I can turn back in to re-engage. Spot the F5 at low altitude, and because I know there's an enemy trying to lock me from further off in that direction, I don't want to push further forward just yet. So instead, I take the opportunity to dive down and pursue. This is where this aircraft really shows what it can do, because your Phantoms, for example, especially the British and Japanese models with the better radars but worse maneuverability, they excel at ranged combat, but they're really forced to stick to it, while on the flip side, something like a MiG-21, an F5 or an F8 Crusader is the complete opposite. They can dogfight quite effectively, but they can't hold a candle in a BVR engagement. The Viggen does both, and after taking out the F5C with our 30mm cannon, which is kind of difficult to use given that it doesn't have tracers, we dodge out of the way of a Phantom who did the smart thing by engaging while I was preoccupied, but then left me on his 6 while he tried to nab an easy kill on our team's F4F. Yeah, don't do that. This is something I've been trying to say ever since radar-guided missiles were added, and really even before that. If there is a teammate within 4 kilometers away from you in props or early jets, you're pretty well safe. If they're underneath you, you have the advantage. But in top tier jets, if there is an enemy player anywhere within 9 kilometers of you, you are in danger of being killed if you don't take adequate steps to keep yourself safe. And that involves staying away from these situations where you won't be able to disengage safely. Right there, you saw me attempt to notch the F4J's radar by flying perpendicular to him, meaning his radar doesn't see me. Didn't work, but the AIM-7F is not too difficult to dodge, while at the same time our previous kill on another Phantom was down to that pilot pretty well throwing away their aircraft, coming straight for a pack of at least 3 of my team, engaged one with a Sparrow, but was completely vulnerable to us while he did so. And in fact, our 4th kill is exactly that same scenario. And guess what? That's it. 4 kills in the Viggen in under 2.5 minutes, the whole match lasting 6. It was relaxing, it was easy, we were barely threatened the entire time. And because of how my team is positioned, for the 2 remaining enemy players, there is nothing they can do. The Viggen. A lot of players have been saying it's not good enough, that it lacks the engine power and energy retention to compete with the MiG-23 MLD, lacks the capacity for missiles compared to the Phantoms, but in my honest opinion, with the performance it does have, that balance between being nimble but also having a powerful engine and powerful armament, the fantastic radar, and the ability to switch between a more BVR-centric or a close-in, aggressive 1v1 playstyle, is the ultimate top-tier fighter. And with that, I want to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed this wee taste of what top-tier jet combat can be, something we'll be exploring further over the next few weeks. And if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe, come join our giveaway on the Discord, link below, and until my internet is fixed, I guess I won't catch you in the skies. The BMP can be considered the very first of its kind of infantry fighting vehicles, and is still in widespread service today. The easily recognisable machine has spawned a wide variety of variations, and served with over 65 nations since its debut in the mid-1960s. Like the MiG-21 of the skies, the BMP has proven an adaptable and timeless platform, remaining useful to this day in some very modern militaries.